Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today is the conclusion of my test that was going to be a week long, and I decided, nope, no need to continue it, and I need to set other things back up. This is what happens. But we didn't fail in the test. The challenge we did, but in what we wanted to test we did. We found out the limitations of the tablet computer, and we got past them in a different way. The tablet computer is now going to go back upstairs next to the big screen, the emulation screen, the screen that I use for all my retro stuff, and that will be connected to my 20 terabyte retro drive, and that's going to actually power all of that. So basically any console that I don't own, anything like that, will be run through that. So that is there. So what is the kitchen setup now? The kitchen setup is my AI based computer. It's the one where I run the LLMs on most of the time. 2 monitors, 1080p, my Canon EOS camera, and the Sennheiser Pro mic. I still prefer the AT2020, and mic and keyboard and that. For VR down here, well, that's fluid. That's fluid at the moment. The first part of the fluidity is the Quest 3. I can move the Quest 3 from this PC to upstairs to my main PC, whichever room I'm in. If I want to get in VR and I don't want to go through the rigmarole of setting up a different type of thingy, I will use my Quest 3. I can use it anywhere in the house now. I've set up the boundary for the entire house in the backyard, which means I can walk anywhere in the house in the backyard, and it works. It just works. And as a headset, I'll do another video on the Quest 3 later, but that's fine. What is going to be my Munchies backup? You see, Munchies is very important to me, open mic, and to say the term setting up voice meter and that through virtual desktop to use with the Quest 3 is challenging is an understatement. I broke the audio 3 times trying to do it yesterday. Completely broke it. Nothing would work at all. So my idea is this. Downstairs in this room for normal VR, for Beat Saber and everything else, I will be using Quest 3. In fact, for any time I want to get on VR where I don't want to do something that's stunning, that has the capability to show off the Pimax, I will be using the Quest 3. But for Munchies, if I do Munchies from the kitchen, it's going to be on my Valve Index. My Valve Index is connected up there, all wired in. I've got to update the base stations. I have 2 base stations in this room that cover this room quite nicely, and that's how I'm going to do. If it's during the summer, if it's really hot and that, I'll be in this room and I will use those systems. So that's good. The upstairs system is going to be the Pimax, because it's the most powerful computer system, and it's going to be also the Quest 3. Wherever I am, I can take the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is absolutely stunning, and I mean absolutely stunning for virtual office and virtual desktop and everything, and seeing and actually playing flat screen games. They finally got past the point of, if you look back on Reddit and you search for Queber, you will see a post by me in 2015, 2016, where I state that I'm going to start using VR for everything. And I did. But back then, with the original Vive and that, it was almost impossible to see really good close in. You could read text. You could do most of your stuff through VR. Even Palmer Luckey, the designer and creator of Oculus, pretty much said I was crazy in the thread. He replied to the thread and said I was crazy. But I still did it. I managed to do it. And that was my start into VR, because VR was so important to me. Back then I didn't explain why it was so important to me, but it was. I didn't talk about Paola or the reason why this was so much of a stress relief. But back then, it worked. And now this evolution up to now, I mean, people who are just coming into VR now, and you're amazed, but people we've been watching evolve. I am part of the lawnmower crowd. What do we mean by this? The film, The Lawnmower Man. Seminal work when it comes to science fiction and virtual reality, The Lawnmower Man, where Pierce Brosnan uses VR and other things to evolve basically the local mentally disabled person. And that, the visuals used in that for inside VR and things like that are laughable now, but back then it was the iconic moment. That and Tron and stuff like that were all seminal works on that kind of thing that drove us towards this future. So yeah, all of that set up. Upstairs is a mess at the moment because everything that was downstairs is in bags upstairs at the moment. So first I wanted to set up this place and do a VR vlog on this system is set up now, and everything is wonderful. I'm going to be dealing with something tomorrow that is very important, and I'll talk about it as soon as it's done. It's very hard for me to not speak about it. This is actually the third version of this vlog because I couldn't stop myself talking about it. So I am actually, my hands are actually thinking, it's not a bad thing, but it's something I want to talk about tomorrow. So this is as close as I've come to not talking about it. So bye-bye for now.